guys, this is Ankita here from Education Street, and I'm going to start today's seminar, which is Decode Masters in Mechanical Engineering, and that's what we are going to cover today. As I'm today's speaker, I'll just quickly like to introduce myself because I would like to know why I'm in this capacity to help and support you as a counselor. So typically, I'm the founder of Education Street. I started this in 2010. So been a decade, a 10 years journey, completely enjoyed doing this. And that's exactly what I want to do for my next 20 years. So saying this, I am an IT engineer personally, and I've done my MBA from University of Leeds, UK. After that, I was recruited by British Petroleum in London, and I was working into the finance department. While I was working in London, I also was fixated towards counseling, and I started doing diploma in counseling with UK Council out there. And then I was not aware this is what I'm going to do. But yes, from IT to finance to counseling is what my journey has been. And it's been a thorough journey. And saying this, personally, I am married to a very hustling husband, and he has his own business. And I'm a mother to a 3-year-old daughter now, and that keeps me on toes. And personally, I'm fixated with meditation, self-help books, reading. I love traveling, but yes, it's compromised right now. But I personally traveled to 28 plus countries so far. So this is a journey of me, and as I'm the host, I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. I'll bring myself back to the agenda. So today's journey of this session is going to be for an hour. You all have a chat function to keep populating your questions when and there, whenever you have it, okay? Because that way you will be able to give me an understanding over what you want to know further upon. So I'm going to cover MS in mechanical engineering major, what the subjects are and what the electives are and what the roles are when you go to study in US, the application material to apply for this masters, university selection, credit systems in US. I'm also going to run US education cost and return of investment. So basically I'm going to cover a lot about the maths behind the US, that how it is very rewarding, and the kind of jobs that you get after masters in mechanical engineering. So this is going to be a complete end-to-end series which I'm going to give you if you're looking forward to do from a mechanical engineering point of view. So firstly, and of course, yes, what are the top reasons why you would select to go to US for mechanical engineering or any other specialization? So we all know US is a land of opportunities, and no one can take that away because it has always been a proven solution for most of the students who go abroad. So quickly, the top 4 reasons why you may consider to go abroad would be that focus is on quality and not quantity. So you're studying a very advanced level program. The top tech companies invest in your education. That means your education is very practically based. Okay. So that is the reason why a lot of students and seniors tell you that the education there is very practical and something which we lag here. So that's the beauty of US education. Third, it allows you to work part-time, so it allows you to remove your living costs. It has a lot of good job opportunities later on. So there are good salaries and career successes, which we have seen for years now. Okay. So US definitely is quite rewarding. And the fourth, which I call it as a point, is freedom, because it allows you to select your major. It allows you to select your subjects every semester. How? It is going to come in my next few slides. Okay. So this is how the points are. Now, firstly, whether I should go for mechanical engineering or I should go for industrial or I should go for, say, any other area, how do I answer it? There is no magic formula from my side, okay? But the answer lies between you. And as a counselor, I am always a person who asks questions to derive an answer from you, okay? So first and foremost is, what are you good at, okay? So write it down that, okay, you're good at the traditional mechanical or you're good at technology side. What are you good at? And you think that that is what you want to do for your next 5 years. No one wants to do anything for lifetime. Okay. So we all change, we all grow, and we all have our find out. So let's worry about the next 5 years and not be behind the entire life of ours. So saying this, let's think about what we want to do for the next 5 years. then do not follow what is trending. Just because someone said that, okay, operational research is something which is very trending and there are a lot of jobs, please don't do that. Okay, that might not be the case for you because you are not interested or thorough or made for that. So in this case, it is very important for you to choose what is your passion. So again, coming to the same question, what you are good at. And the fourth is choose and reason it out, research. So try to understand what it is. The first step that you've taken is probably by taking this webinar, because I'm going to talk about what is going to happen when you select masters in mechanical engineering. 43%, guys, 43% of students actually go for a wrong major or select wrong subjects once they go for a master's. Can you believe that? Because you're not aware, you are just not prepared, you're not researched, and you have not researched yourself. Now, this is a pain point which we don't want students to fall into. You are quite likable to be a success story, but to be a success story, you need to choose the right path. And that's exactly what we are trying to build upon here as a counselor. Now, there are two types of masters when you go to US. So suppose if you're going for a master's in mechanical engineering, you would have two masters to select. One is MS in mechanical engineering and one is masters of engineering or masters of professional engineering in mechanical engineering. The difference is the first, the primary MS degree allows you to do a thesis. That means a fourth semester. So a 2-year program has 4 semesters. The fourth semester, the last semester, has a project that you have to do, a thesis that you have to do. So basically you would choose your own topic. Again, you have a freedom. It could be nanotechnology, it could be material science, it could be anything that is where you want to take your career further into it or you want to explore it. So that's exactly what you pick in. So that is MS, which is with thesis. M engineering is basically all 4 semesters. That means the last semester also is also taught subjects. That is, you are building your specialization. Now the question is whether I should go for MS or M engineering. Both are likable. Now the point is whether what you want to do. If I'm someone who wants to keep a PhD option, I can keep MS as an option. I'm not sure, I can apply for both. Okay, now this also depends on the counselor and the student. The counselor lets you know according to your profile whether if you apply for M engineering, your university chances gets better, because M engineering there's lesser competition. By no means it is lesser valuable. Okay, so break that myth. Both the programs are very good, but they're serving two different kind of students. Okay, so this is what you have to understand over it. Don't be confused. Don't go on wrong myths that MS or M engineering is not nice. Okay. Now coming to the syllabus. So typically you select an MS or M engineering. You have some core subjects and you have electives. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that there's a freedom to select your subjects, right? So as there are freedom to select your subjects, in this case, your electives are basically maximum. So typically you have 12 to 14 subjects which you need to clear to get your master's degree, out of which only, guys, 2 or 3 subjects are core. Rest all are electives. Can you believe that? That's how the syllabus works. That's how the syllabus is engaging. Okay, so this is how the syllabus is, the core subjects and the electives. Okay, now let's come to the core subjects in MS in mechanical engineering. Okay, so in core subjects there would be only 2 or 3 which you have to select on this. One more thing, let me tell you guys who joined later on. At any point, you take a snapshot of this webinar and tag us at Instagram with @education_street, which is our handle. You have a surprise waiting from my team. So the moment you tag us, my team will DM you a surprise. Okay, so please do that at any point of the time. At @education_street, you need to take a snapshot of this webinar and tag us. Okay, Instagram, that is the handle where you have to do it. Okay, so let's come back to the core subjects in MS in mechanical engineering. Thermodynamics, combustion, energy systems, fluid mechanics, heat conduction, mechatronics, vehicle dynamics and control, power optimization, engineering materials, manufacturing and production. These are the core subjects, out of which only 2 or 3, depending on the university, are going to be your core subject. So all the students who are looking forward to go for MS in mechanical engineering, think, check, is this what I want to study further? Okay, don't worry that you have studied these things already. You're going for an advanced degree. Okay, so it's going to be more advanced than what you have done now. Okay, so this is how the core subjects play. Now let's talk about electives. This is where the fun part comes, because every semester I have only one core subject, rest two subjects or three subjects are electives. So I get to choose a lot of electives in these all areas. So it could be solid mechanics, it could be mechatronics, it could be manufacturing and production, it could be machine design, nanotechnology, robotics, material sciences, bioengineering, fluid dynamics, automotive. These are a lot of areas which you can go and specialize in. Okay, so guys, all the students who are confused, you feel mechanical is just core traditional, no more, and not in US. Okay, US gives you a beautiful program to go in and do and study. Now I'm going to share with you that where the industry is moving. Okay, so let me come that as well to you. Now, the other master's option. So if you're from mechanical engineering, say you're from a bachelor of mechanical engineering, you don't want to go into mechanical engineering, I have some more options which you can consider. So you can look for other master's option, maybe into supply chain management. It could be in supply chain management is all about, your inventory, your timing, your storage, your delivery, all of this thing. A simple order to Amazon is a transaction of supply chain. So till the moment the order is placed, the bill is raised, the order goes, the order is picked, the order is delivered, this is all what is supply chain. So this is a huge industry in itself. So supply chain management is going at another level, because we were not ready for so much of online and technology influx. So you may consider to go for supply chain management if you're from mechanical engineering and you don't want to go into the core area. Okay, you can go for engineering management, which will be a blend of mechanical engineering with business programs like statistics, marketing, finance, corporate finance. So this is how you can go for engineering management. You could go for aerospace engineering. I want to be very focused towards aerospace industry or aviation industry. You may look for aerospace industry. Production and manufacturing. I'm very attracted towards the manufacturing units and plant management. You can go into those degrees as well. Okay. Business analytics. If I am not very sure about mechanical, you still have another area of technology. Therein you can go for analytical tools like SAP, ERP, CRM. You can go for the analytical degree like business analytics. US allows you to be from any discipline to go for business analytics. So if you're not aware of this, that's exactly what education state wants to do. Okay, that's why we say we are not recruiters. We are doing this, or we are stepping into these areas to guide you and support you. Then coming is industrial engineering. So if you're looking for operational research and IE, then you can go for that as well, which is also for all mechanical students. Environmental engineering. I'm very sure that environmental is something which we all are bothered about, right? And the future looks that way. So we need sustainable design, sustainable production. Then why not venture into that? You can look for that as well. And automobile engineering. So I think I've given you enough courses and a thorough understanding about how MS in mechanical engineering works. And if you're from mechanical and you want to opt for some other master option, this is how your journey works in. Okay, now let me introduce you, which you may already be aware but you may not have thought so harder on this, that the industry is changing, and so is mechanical engineering area, right? So from industry 1.0, where industrial revolution happened, then there was a second industrial revolution where mass production and electricity came in picture. The third industry revolution was when electronics and IT system automation came in picture. And now currently, guys, you are into the industry 4.0 revolution. So when I say this, I'm sure you are open-eyed to see how much changes we are seeing. A mother is also ordering from Amazon app. Groceries are coming from Amazon or some other apps. Saying this, supply chain, manufacturing, engineering, inventory, everything is changing. So all what we had earlier is now in the path of being changed. And hence, this is the time that you change your core competency to become available to the future jobs. So I want to introduce you all to this concept that the future of the factory looks like this. So just to give you an example, where are the jobs moving in? Probably robotics. There are going to be a lot of robots in the industry of mechanical engineering. All what workmen were doing, I don't think so they are going to be there very soon. Okay. Then there is going to be augmented reality. There's going to be machine analytics. I spoke about analytics to you. There's going to be blockchain technology. There's going to be computer vision to look at the defects and everything out there. There's going to be internet of things, to understand the supply chain. There is going to be a guy who's wearing a watch which is called as wearable technology to identify where the product is, how far, how soon. All of these details are going to be captured by the systems. There are going to be unmanned trucks. That means there's not going to be a driver very soon. So saying this, you have to understand that the industry is changing of yours, the area is changing of yours. Don't you think so? You have to get your expertise right. So whatever we are taught right now is the fundamental and the very basic mechanical engineering area, which probably was the time when it was revolution 2 or 3. But you are currently now in industry revolution 4. If you do not upgrade yourself, if you do not get yourself the right skills, do you think you're going to be employable? No, I don't think so. There's going to be anyone who's going to be employable at this scale and at getting good job salaries. So there are a lot of people who complain, ki, I studied so much, but I'm still not getting the salaries because the jobs have changed. The salaries are something for some other things. So in this case, you have to upgrade yourself. And these are the technological pillars every engineer of mechanical needs to imbibe. So if you're looking to up your profile, you need to start with understanding what cybersecurity is, cognitive computing is, RFID technology, 3D printing, big data and analytics, blockchain technology, Internet of Things, machine learning. So cloud computing, these are all the areas what an industry of next level going to require. So in this case, if you want to be highly employable, if you really want to be very, very, job oriented, if you want that you are at top of your game, please be on the top of your area. Okay. So this is what I wanted to imbibe in all of you, that it is very, 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 very important that you are ready for the revolution. It's already happening. It's not that we are far or it's going to come. It's already happening. So guys, I hope you're ready to change yourself. And that's why a US education is very important at this stage, because you will get the updated information, you will get the updated changes. Robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, analytics are all imbibed in the current mechanical engineering program out there. And that's the beauty of studying abroad. Maybe US, maybe Germany, maybe UK, maybe Canada, they all are providing you this. So this is an opportunity to do and get out of your comfort zone to crack the best. Okay. Now let's think about what are the materials required to apply to US. Okay. So typically GRE, if you have not taken up GRE and you think that GRE is waived off, yes, there are 20 to 30% universities which had waived GRE due to COVID. There are still 20 to 30 for Jan intake, but I am not very sure what is going to happen for the fall intake. I would ask you only one thing. Are you scared of the test? That's why you're not taking the test? Or you really, really want to make a difference? If you want to make a difference and attract the good university, if you want good scholarship, or you want to, get the best out, you have to take up GRE. So there are no shortcuts, guys. Yes, you may get 20-30% waiver, but it is not going to amplify your profile. So think over it. If you don't have time, we understand. We have also sent students without GRE for good universities as well. But it all depends on at what journey you are. If you're looking for GRE coaching, we have wonderful coaching at very less cost at this moment. Okay. So you can definitely look out for GRE coaching at Education Street, which is a 60-hour coaching. Then there is TOEFL and IELTS, which is compulsory. Either of the exam is what you have to appear for. We have to apply for transcripts from your university. Then we require to write an SOP. We have editing services at SOP at Education Street, and we don't ghost write it. That means we don't write it from scratch, which a lot of counselors may recommend you. Of course, cut, copying, paste doesn't take efforts. It takes effort to edit and enhance, and that's what we offer in our premium counseling. Because if we cut, copy, paste, our job is done. You would not know, but you will not get an admission from the university because they know that you have cut, copied, paste. And that's exactly why we don't do that for you. Okay, so we work for you. We don't work for the university. We just don't work for the money. Okay, so this is very, very important to gauge the right counselor and then get the rewards out of it. Okay, we help you again for 3 letter of recommendation. 3 letter of recommendation is required to apply. Then a CV, extracurriculars if any, and financial documents. All these documents are required, and we at Education Street support you for the entire process. Now, how do I select the universities when I'm going abroad? So typically when you're looking to go to US, typically there are 4,000 plus universities. So many options. So saying this, it's too much to choose from because we can't go about applying to all. Why? I'll let you know. But we have to choose a safe, moderate and ambitious university. And the universities look at 4 things, out of which the 2 primary thing which has no first and the most primary thing which has no replacement to it is the aggregate. So all your semesters, maybe 6 semesters result, or you have finished your engineering, so 8 semester result, all these results aggregate is very, very important to get your result, okay, to get your admission. So aggregate is very, very important. Okay, if the aggregate is not nice, your second breather, your second chance is your GRE. That's why I recommend GRE. If your aggregate is nice, still your GRE will get you scholarship. So either ways, I personally recommend that you should take your GRE. Okay. TOEFL score, basically it's compulsory. It is not that with a higher TOEFL score, you get a higher university. No, it's like you know English. That's what they want to know. So these are the 2 main pillars. Some of the things like 10% weightage is given to extracurriculars, projects and internship. So basically the higher the universities or wherever, no one requires work experience from you. They require good aggregate and GRE. And of course, when you go to say the best university to apply for, of course they have all the students who have good profile. So now the tiebreaker is your extracurriculars. Okay, I hope it makes sense. So this is how the university selection is very important. So we at Education Street do that. We select your safe, moderate, ambitious. You typically apply to universities between 5 to 9. Why not more? Because as I'm going to do a simple maths here, it's very, very expensive, guys. Okay, so every university that we apply for, there's $50 to $100 application fee. Okay, $75 assuming is your average cost, and say you're applying to 7 university. $525 you're just spending on applying. That means around 37,000 rupees you're spending on just taking an application to 7 universities. This is expensive. Now what happens is universities know this and a lot of counselors know this. What are they all trying to do? They are going to try to lure you by saying, okay, we have application fee waivers. Now these fee waivers are on the cost of yours because the fees is going to be higher, the tuition fees is going to be higher, or they are going to be very commissionable universities. So the counselors are trying to lure you by telling, okay, apply for free. Then they say, go for free, get this, do that and all that stuff, because that is what the business has become. They want to be recruiters. They tie up with 20 universities. They want to sell you to these 20 universities only. Now you decide what you want to do. If you are okay with that, go to them. Okay. If you want to have the best counseling, you want to have someone who works for you. If you want someone to have a customized attention to you, take you to a journey which helps you to get to a good university, then come to a paid counselor like us, which is Education Street. Okay, because we are not looking forward to do what is non-ethical. Okay, yes, we do have tie-ups as well. Yes, we do have waivers also, but it depends on what your profile is. Okay, we don't promote, none of my website or my PPT currently is going to talk about the tie-up universities, because I don't want to promote it that way. That is exactly what our ethics is. I started Education Street with a clean ethic that I don't want to picturize and force students to go to my tie-up universities. Okay, so this is why there is a difference between people. They are recruiters and we are counselors. Now let's talk about class hours. So when you go to US, the US education system is very different. So we need to understand what the education system is. So typically student takes 3 courses, that means 3 subjects per semester. And they have 1.5 hour to 2 hour lectures. That means per week, you have only 5 to 6 hours or 4.5 hours lectures per week. Now this is like freedom. Again, people think, wow, only this much study. No, it doesn't work that way. You are followed with every class with a lot of assignments and projects. US doesn't do spoon feeding. That means there is no professor who's going to say why you didn't come to the class, why you did not submit the case study, why you did that. No one is going to do that. At the end, you will bear the cost, right? So they are not going to come behind you. So before thinking that if you're free for a week to enjoy, then you're absolutely wrong. Loads of assignments are given that you need to do. There is no one textbook. So you have to go to the library, invest in those readings or online reading. Write your assignments on your own, because there's a concept called as plagiarism. So you cannot copy. The moment if you copy and write it down, that means they will catch you and they will suspend you. All your lakhs of rupees gone. Okay, and the shame separate. So that's why students learn so much, because you have to do things on your own, and there is no like important lectures and important questions which we are very used to out here. Right? So this doesn't happen in US. That's why I'm saying, guys, you need to understand where you're going and what you're choosing for. And the second concept which I want to tell you about the US education system is credit systems. So when you're going for credit systems, so in US there are 2 concepts about how the scoring happens. So say you're going for a master's, the master's degree in mechanical engineering will only be conferred to you. Say you will read on the website that once you have done 30 credits. So in India, we do 1 subject and it is out of 100. Example, okay? That is how the scoring happens. But when you go to US, there are 2 stages. One, you have to take that subject, you have to clear it, you get 3 credits. So 1 subject typically could be leading to 2 or 4 subjects. I'm taking an example of 3 credits here. So 1 subject cleared for masters, you get 3 credits. So if I have to get a master's in mechanical engineering for 30 credits, I have to finish 10 subjects minimum, right? Am I right? So 10 subjects is what I have to study in my 4th semester. Per semester, I can take 1 subject, I can take 2 subjects, I can even take 3 subjects and finish it up in 1.5 years, whatever, the freedom is mine. So you have to understand this, because if you don't understand this, you will not be able to choose likewise and take action likewise. Am I making sense? Yeah? Okay. So this is how the credit system works. So the first step in US is 1 subject get you credits. Okay. Then irrespective of the performance, now in that subject you scored 2nd class or 1st class or what, that defines your GPA, which is out of 4. We have CGPAs which is out of 10, but they have GPA which is out of 4. So in US, first is you have to take the subject and get the credit by passing it, and second, you have to perform well in that subject to get a good GPA. So understand this, guys, because we don't have this concept. Okay, that's exactly why we are doing these webinars, to explain you about a lot of things which a lot of people will not let you know, and that will be the most confusing part for you when you are going abroad. Okay, so this is how GPA is outcome of your performance. Now your tuition fees in US, when you go to any university, say I go to UT Austin and I want to see the cost of MS in mechanical engineering, you would not be able to see the cost directly, because the cost is intertwined. It's very confusing. So they will have 1 credit is equal to this much. Then you have to check what is the master's credit required. Say 30. So 30 into that credit is what you have to calculate as your tuition fee. If you have a counselor, she'll let you know. But if you don't, you are confused, you will follow forums which have 100 things, and half of which is unauthenticated, half of which is marketing. Okay, so in this case, you have to make a decision whether you require a counselor or not. Having a right counselor makes a difference, guys. Understand this. I know there are good 31% of people in this group saying that I will apply on my own. Very good. Good if you're confident on it. But think again about it, that you're thinking to do it on your own because you have not seen the difference, what it makes about people who go with a counselor. Because I've immersed myself for 10 years into this industry to help and get the right information to you. Okay, so this is how the credit system works. Now let's talk about the cost of education. Now the cost of education in US varies from university to university. Okay, so typically the range of tuition fee is between 12 lakh to 18 lakhs. Okay, into two, because it's a 2-year program. The fees vary depending on the rankings. Higher the ranking of the university, higher the fees. Private or public, so state universities and private universities has a good difference of 20% of your tuition fees. Okay, so this is how a private or a public fees works. Location, so of course if it is New York, California, higher because the location cost comes in. And of course the credit systems, what the US works. So say if the credit system required is 40, that means the cost is going to be higher. So this is how the fees is calculated. So the typical range that you're looking for tuition fee would be ranging from, say, 12 to 17 lakhs or 18 lakh rupees a year. Okay, now let's talk about living expenses. Okay, so now one is you pay to the tuition and one is your living cost. Your living cost is going to be typically 7 lakh to 9 lakh rupees a year. Okay, now what is the cost here? Your rent, your groceries, your utility bills, your ad hoc costs. So per month, $700 to $1,000, that is 45,000 to 65,000 rupees per month is going to be your expenditure. I am giving all this maths to you so that you can show this to your parents. Once they are aware of all this, they can prepare themselves that way, because they are going to be your sponsors. So don't keep this information only to yourself. You need to support this information to your parents, because then only they can serve the purpose. Okay, so this is how the living expenses work. Now, how do I remove my living cost in US? So typically 20 hours a week is allowed. Okay, so you can work part-time and the range is around $10 to $14. So simple maths, if you get $10 into 20 hours, $200 is what you will earn weekly. Monthly, you will earn 200 to 4 weeks, so $800. Yearly, you're going to earn around $9,600. So approximately 7 lakhs. So saying this, guys, think that yes, there is a way to reduce your cost. I would not say that everybody can do it, because there are not enough part-time jobs for everybody. Okay, but eventually, maybe after 6 months or 8 months, you will have a part-time job. So not immediately the first semester, but you may be able to get it after few months. Okay, so this is how the part-time jobs work, and that helps you to remove your living cost. Now let me do a simple maths to explain you that how rewarding US can be, and by when you can return the lakhs of rupees that you've spent. Okay, so understanding ki, say our amount is going to be around $50,000 example. Okay, so your average salary, which I'm going to tell you what it is after every mechanical engineering course. So your average salary is going to be around $70,000. Okay, your tax, say it's lesser than this also. Some states don't even have it, but say it is 33%. Okay, so 2,300 is what I would deduct. So your income becomes 46,900. Now your expenses, so your living standard I've increased now. Okay, I've doubled. So typically as a student, I have considered less, but as a professional, working professional, I'm saying you'll have a better lifestyle, a bigger house, a car, and all of that, right? So $2,000 is what per month you would spend. So 2,000 per month into 12, $24,000 per year. Okay, so your savings is going to be income minus expenses. So 22,900 dollar is what you're going to save every year, with being so holistic and so shelling out so much money out. So typically you can answer this to your parents that in within 2.5 years to 3 years is what you're going to return your money when you go to US. So guys, US is for no reason just a land that everybody goes. It's a land which gives you a lot, and hence it's very, very rewarding. Now, where does a mechanical engineer work typically? So there's waste management industry, there's petroleum engineering, there's energy systems, there's automotive engineering, there's nuclear engineering, machinery manufacturing, defense manufacturing, aerospace, biomechanical, robotics, and even computers. So guys, these are the major industries which hire a mechanical engineer. Okay. Now, what are the salaries? We all need to know the salaries after a mechanical engineering. So there are a lot of designations. So few of them which you may go for. You may go for project management, you may go for management consultant, you may go as a manufacturing engineer, you may go for biomedical engineer, construction manager, sales engineer, aerospace engineer. You can also go for petroleum engineer. All these areas, even patent. Guys, you may have not thought about this, but a lot of mechanical engineers go to become a expertise for patenting their company's products. Okay, so this is also a newer area which we have not heard here, but that's exactly what US has in every industry. Okay, so the ranges from say around $75,000 plus. Yeah, so this is how you remove your living cost, your tuition cost, and everything within 2.5 years. So that's exactly what US provides you with your student visa. So now coming to the student visa, that we get a F1 visa for 5 years. Now, as you have an F1 visa of 5 years, you have going for a STEM degree. All the mechanical engineering program, all the degrees which I mentioned for the other master's option like industrial engineering or supply chain or all that, they all come under STEM. So that means if it is STEM, you have 2 more years of OPT extension, which is 24 months. So after your degree, you apply for a OPT, which you get only for 1 year. With a 1 year OPT, you need to look for a job. Once you get a job and you have not got an H1B, you still have 2 years. So typically you have 3 years of OPT. That means 3 years, I get H1B or not, I have 3 years. And typically this is the time that I require to remove my cost. So it is a risk to go to US, but it's a calculated risk. That's what I want to explain you by this. Most of the students do not return back because typically H1B is granted within 1 year or 2 year of lottery cycle. So that is why US is always been a proven legacy for Indian engineers. So go and grab it, guys. Go and get your dream if you are looking forward to go outside your comfort zone. If you are really looking forward to go out of your comfort zone, US can definitely be a great opportunity. All the students who have questions, you can start pouring them in the chat function because I'm going to take them up. And now coming to our counseling. So guys, I think around 57% of the people today have said this, yes, they're looking for counselor. I want to answer to them that what we provide in our counseling services and the charges for the same. So typically we help in right from shortlisting of your universities into safe, moderate, and ambitious depending on your profile. We will choose university. However, it is going to be your choice which one to apply and not after we give you the guidance as well. Okay. So there is no pushing up, there is no tie-up business and all that stuff. But if it suits you, that's exactly what we are going to do and help you out with. Okay. Complete guidance for application material. We actually help in realistically editing each one's SOP, each one's letter of recommendation. We don't cut, copy, paste. We help in resume making. Then we have transcript instructions. All your 7 to 9 university forms are going to be filled by us. So we are going to give you a form filling assistance by my team. Then financial counseling to your parents for them to understand how the counseling works and how does the finance has to be prepared and stuff. So we are going to help you in that. Getting your I-20, applying for your visa form, getting your visa file done, and taking 3 rounds of mock interview, which I do personally. You may also go online on our Google Education Street Mulund or Education Street Mumbai, because I want you to see our Google reviews as well. Because I know trust is very eluded. A lot of people market themselves, but they are not providing the true thing. If you want to gauge us, you can also go on Google reviews, because that's not what is written by me. And you know about Google review, right? I cannot delete also any of them. So saying this, you may go on our Google reviews to check what we actually do. So this is what you can look out for wherever you are. You're from Mumbai, you're from Madhya Pradesh, you're from Andhra Pradesh. It doesn't matter to us, because we are catering to students across India. Zoom sessions, Skype, Zoom sessions, emails, WhatsApp, phone. This is how the entire counseling till visa works smoothly. I mean, we have enough cases where I can let you connect with the students who've been from Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and that's how we have been, supporting everyone. If you're looking for other countries, say if you're looking for Canada, you're looking for Germany, you're looking for New Zealand, Ireland, we can provide you multi-country counseling as well, or we can provide you counseling for that country as well. So we have expertise for all these countries: Netherlands, France, Germany, all of these countries. So this is what Education Street strives. And my message for all of you would be: end of education is character. Guys, get yourself educated, not for the salary or the job that you look forward for. That is just a quantification. Get yourself right, get your skills right, get your character right. Everything else is going to follow. So the moment you have your character found, the moment you have got yourself right, the confidence oozes and everything falls in place. And I really, really believe, because I've seen that in a lot of my students. Okay. So trust on that and you will be able to do your best. So coming to the end and moving to the questions, just to everybody, this is the number which you can call us up on. Ankita@educationstreet.in is my email ID if you want to write personally. And as I mentioned, if you guys have not done, please follow us on Instagram, because we have a lot of upcoming events. Please look at our YouTube channel, because we have a lot of videos that we share there.